Early reflect the views and opinions of News Talk 1450 WOL, Radio 1 Incorporated, or their management.
All right, everyone. I tell you, Linda picked this song this morning, Trendy Lindy. So I'm telling you.
Well, the intro is instrumental.
All right, everyone. Good morning. It's the C. Allen Morning Show with Trendy Lindy here on 1450 AM WOL, where information is power. I need you to make sure that you get in touch with your family and friends and have them to tune in now to the C. Allen Morning Show. Today we're talking about being disrespected. We're talking about mistreatment. We're talking about why do we treat each other the way we do. We would rather rent a space in a salon plaza or something than working it together in a salon setting. You know, we would rather go to a department store than to buy from our local designers. I'm wondering why. Why would we go out and get a bootleg of the latest African American movie than go to the movies knowing how important it is for the weekend ratings to come out? You know, why do we disrespect our women? You know, I saw a video, Alonzo, where a guy was pulling a girl's hair, and she was sitting down, and he was just pulling her hair as hard as he could, and someone had the nerves to videotape that. You know, I see so many, you go to World Star Hip Hop and there's so many fight videos and everyone is fighting and being disrespectful to each other. And I want to know why. You know, they keep showing on TMZ over and over again how the girl hit another girl with a shovel on the head and knocked the girl out. You know, or they showed the black girl hitting another girl, a McDonald's worker, and the little 2-year-old was trying to stop the lady and from hitting and beating up her mother, and they showed her on the news where her face just blunged and just beat up. My question today to my listeners, and I need you to help me because C. Allen is perplexed. So Lindy is going to give you the number in a second, but I want to know, why do we put down our men? Why do we have a crab in a barrel mentality?
Yeah.
And most importantly, I want the listeners to explain to me why other nationalities bind together and we refuse to work together. I want to hear from you this morning. Give them the number, Trendy.
1-800-450-7876.
All right, so that's 1-800-450-7876. I want you to call me this morning. C. Allen wants to hear from you. I want to know, you know, and I want to hear from David. I want to hear from Richard, Tyrone, everyone, Nina, everyone. Call me this morning because I'm a little confused. I need to know what in the world is going on with us especially, but I want to know what in the world is going on. The young men walking around with their pants hanging down. I see little kids cursing and carrying on. We are the parents. I want to know what is going on with the way that we treat each other. I noticed how in my neighborhood they can bust in my car and bust in other folks' cars, but they don't touch the white folk cars. So it's just amazing to me. I want to know, why do some people, I saw on the news where someone had went and they had them on camera. 2 black guys went into the roof of the church and stole a big air conditioner from the roof of the church. My God, you stealing from the church? I want to know what's going on. I want you to call me, everybody, 1-800-450-7876. Today, we're talking about why do we mistreat each other. I want to know on all levels why we can't work together. The phones are ringing now. Why we can't work together. What in the world is going on?
But before we go on, let us, we want to allow our listeners to know who we are. We are the C. Allen Morning Show, and what we specialize in is entertainment, fashion, beauty, and lifestyle skills. So today we're talking about why do we treat each other so bad? Why?
Yeah,
But we want to know the solution to it as well.
Yeah, because, I was accused before that, they said with Sea Island, sometimes you get real negative on the air. And my thing is that that's never my intent. I'm looking for solutions. That is why I want the listeners to call me and tell me, what do you think? Okay, the calls are coming in now. What do you think is going on? Yeah. I want to know. I'm asking a question this morning, and I need some co-hosts. I need some of my listeners to call in to kind of help me out and guide me on what in the world is happening with America during our time, especially with African Americans, and how we do each other.
Exactly. Call 1-800-450-7876.
Because they laugh about the Hispanics being 20 in a room, but they're 20 in a room until they save enough money to get their own, and they're also sending money back to their people.
Yeah.
A lot of us, we don't even want to live together.
That's right.
Why do we do that? Let's go to the phone lines, Alonzo. Let's go to line 1. Mr. D, talk to me this morning. Help me out here. My question is, why do we mistreat each other the way we do? Mr. D?
Yes, I'm here.
Is this David?
D, Darren.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. I want you to turn your radio down, and I want you to talk to me. Tell me, help Sea Island out this morning. Tell me what you think is going on, Mr. D.
I think it's just a perception, and it really stems from just, I guess, our history, and we just been competing with each other for a while, and I just feel like that it's just gotten to a point where it's just spiraling out of control. I think a lot of people that do it don't even realize they do it. It's a mindset thing. Just like it's kind of like if you compared it to, transitioning from being an employee to an entrepreneur and running a business is a whole mindset. And until you make that transition, you're blinded and you don't even realize it. So a lot of it is just plain old ignorance. And the reason I feel like the foreigners can come over here and stick together is because they're in a foreign country. I mean, I'm sure if a group of blacks went together, or anytime it's a group of blacks in a room where it's, maybe Caucasians or a different race, then everybody kind of huddles together. It's kind of the same idea. It's just that they're in a foreign country, so they know that they have to stick together, and they're all they have. And us being born over here and brought up over here, we kind of take these freedoms and opportunities for granted, because the same opportunities are here for us, because all they do is come over here and learn the stuff that we have access to. But, based on the stuff, the access, the information that we get, and the family structure, our education is a little misconstrued, so we kind of get,
True.
I guess, blinded by the wrong thing.
And you know what I think, D? I think we got to go. We're going to talk to Jeremy next, but this is what I think, D. I think that some of it has a lot to do with education. I think that if our people, if we sit down and we really pay attention to the importance of being educated, then once we educated, then our eyes have become open. Because, and one of the reasons, D, because, now I'm at the Sea Island Signature Salon on Tuesdays, and I'm actually in the community handing out flyers, talking to people, working with people, and I see how we do each other compared to non-African Americans. I see how we act funny. I see how we a lot of times we use stereotypes. It's a lot of prejudice going on even in our own community. It's just a lot of stuff going on, and we need to wake up and realize that if we don't bind together, then because nobody can, no man is an island, and it's just unfortunate how I see how we do each other.
Right.
And that's just really crazy. But okay. All right, D, keep listening to the morning show, and we appreciate you.
All right.
Okay. All right, everyone. Again, and thank you, Trendy, because I came in and just went on with the topic and didn't even realize that we are so excited. Good morning to all of our listeners. We appreciate everyone listening to the Sea Island Morning Show every Monday from 10 to 12 noon. It's about beauty, fashion, entertainment, but also life skills. Yeah. And sometimes we like to have wake up sessions like today. Good good morning, Willette Newman. Let's get Willette on the line with Willow in the city. Willow, today we just want to kind of wake each other up and realize that we have to stand together, and I just think it's unfortunate how we divide, and don't we understand when it's a divide and conquer situation who really wins?
Exactly.
And I just think that we have to join together and bind together in order to make some things happen. But anyway, right now we have our clips and tips. Is it tips and clips? Clips and tips.
Mr. C. Allen. Good morning, Trendy Lindy.
Good morning, Willow.
Don't be messing up my stuff, man.
I love it.
All right, go ahead, Precious.
Yes, the Willow in the City beauty tips clip. And today we're talking about to co-wash or not to co-wash. And there's been a little controversy, a little small maybe controversy is too hard, but there's been some discussion back and forth, even between me and my natural clients, because as you know, a lot of people are trending towards natural hairstyles, and, they take it seriously. It means a lot to some people. Some people just do it as an option, but some people, it's a life-changing experience, and so much so that they've kind of created their own culture. They have their own way of doing things and labeling the hair types and everything. I think it's awesome. But I was a little concerned, so I thought I would do a little tip on it this morning.
Okay.
Now, my take on it is there's conditioning. There's a conditioner, which is, to condition the hair, moisturize, strengthen. And then there is shampoo, which is to cleanse the scalp. So my confusion is, how do you cleanse the scalp and hair with a conditioner? So I talk to my clients and I ask them, I'm not being judgmental, I want to know. And my clients say, well, when you do the co-wash, because some of the shampoos are harsh, with the co-wash, it softens the hair, it moisturizes the hair, and that's all true because that's exactly what a good conditioner is supposed to do. But ladies and gentlemen, if we only understood how quickly bacteria can, builds up on the scalp and in the hair, then we will understand that cleansing, making sure that we're doing a good cleansing of the scalp is vital. A healthy scalp equals healthy hair. Okay, so what I did is I took the liberty to kind of look into it myself, and I would suggest that as opposed to shampooing your hair with a conditioner, and then I had someone like the other day, she left it in, and then she was using another moisturizer that, came highly recommended to her, but she had a bunch of buildup on her hair. That's not healthy, ladies and gentlemen, and then it was affecting her styling. So I would suggest that you use a sulfate-free. I mean, I do agree that some of the shampoos and some of the things out here has a lot of chemicals in it. It can cause the hair to dry. So what you want to do is find you a good sulfate-free, natural as possible shampoo, and then you can follow it up with a nice natural oil. Like, for instance, coconut oil is very good for the hair. It's natural. It hydrates the hair. It moisturizes it. It softens the hair. So that's good for the hair. That's something that you can use. And Willow in the City always says less is more.
Okay, and Willow, let me just say this in the future. I think the artist is wonderful. We got to take a commercial break, and in the future, Willow, when you call, keep it to a minute, ma'am. My God, she trying to give a lesson on the air. Ma'am, you're not paying for this spot, Precious. But hold the line. I had to get you. But hold the line, Willow, because we got to talk about what happened on Saturday that was really funny. It wasn't funny to you, but it was funny to me. All right, everybody, hold the line. That's Willow in the City. She's a part of the C. Allen Signature Salon team. This is Trendy. This is C. Allen and Trendy Lindy on the C. Allen Morning Show. We'll be right back after these messages.
News Talk 1450 WOL AM, where information is power.
Good morning. The WOL Traffic Update is brought to you by the Maryland Lottery's My Lottery Rewards program. Now, on 295 southbound, it was an accident at East Capitol Street. Everything's open now. It's been moved over to the side of the road. Still a little heavy as you head down from Eastern Avenue to past that. Enterprise Road westbound in Mitchellville, accident after Central Avenue, is on the side of the road as well. Join My Lottery Rewards from the Maryland Lottery. Earn points for nearly every lottery game you play and enter to win cool prizes. Sign up now at mdlottery.com/rewards. Now your WOL weather forecast brought to you by Marlowe Furniture. For today, could see some thunderstorms high near 94, a few clouds overnight down to 74. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, afternoon storms possible again, and a high near 89.
A beautiful bedroom for less than the daily cost of a Cafe Grande, only at Marlowe.
Steve Hirschhorn for News Talk 1450 WOL, where information is power.
News updates on the web at WOLDCnews.com.
All right, everyone, we're back here live, and we're just really excited to be here in your homes, in your cars. We have Willow in the city. Willette, just a quick question. Well, not a quick question, with a comment. Well, first of all, yeah, Trendy Lindy was in here screaming already. It was Trendy Lindy.
Look, Trendy Lindy, who I sound like? I'm a teacher just like him.
Yep.
Trendy Lindy said.
A chip off the block, sweetie.
and Trendy Lindy said, you could have schooled her after the show. You didn't have to school her on the air.
You know, pulled her to the tree and told her, you don't have to do it on the answer.
Anyway, Willow in the city. Well, let me just say this real quick because it's time we got to move forward. But I just want to say that I really appreciate you. You, first of all, turn that down in the background. I don't know if that's the radio or you in the middle of the Kmart or Walmart.
I'm in the city, man.
Apparently. Okay, we'll go in the phone booth, Precious.
Okay.
Well,
go ahead, Mr.
Okay, well, let me just say this. I really want to say sincerely that we really appreciate you coming to the Sea Island Signature Salon with your over 20 years of experience. We have so much, Saturday we had so much fun together. You know, I tried to keep you busy, and I told Trendy, I said, we got there at 8:30. Willette, first client was at 9. I left at 9:30. I left her there at 9:30. But let me say this on a serious note. Everyone, this is what I mean, Alonzo, about professionals from the Sea Island Signature Salon and the Bennett Career Institute. Willette came in. She just lost her grandmother. She came over to me. She said, Mr. Bennett, give me a hug. My grandmother passed today. Do you know that she stood on her feet and she worked the entire day? There wasn't any kind of unprofessionalism. I asked her, I said, did you want to leave today? She says, no, I'm fine. She continued to do the work. She had a smile on her face. We laughed. We had a great time. You know, I made a big boo-boo on Saturday. One of the clients got over on me. Did. One of the clients got over on me, and I quoted her a low price. And when I saw her head, and I knew better, we know not to do consultation over the phone and price over the phone. And I went on ahead and I did it, and I suffered from it. And I remember I will never do that again. But it took us about 3 hours to take her hair out, another hour and a half to detangle her hair, and then Willette did a fantastic press with the flat iron on the lady, but we didn't leave out of there until 9:30. And my back was hurting, my feet was hurting, everything was hurting. But I just want to say, Willette, I just want to thank you for being professional. I want to thank you for being a part of the team. You came in the door, and it's almost like it was the perfect fit for you. So that's why I say God makes no mistakes. It was a perfect fit for you to be a part of the team. And let me tell you something, everyone. We have on Tuesdays, we have something called 20 Tuesdays, where you can get a shampoo and set or a blow dry and curl. You can get a basic service for just $20 on Tuesday. And I know that we have a 2 o'clock and a 3 o'clock appointment open. If there's anyone who want to come in for our 20 Tuesdays, you must make an appointment. You can go ahead and call my phone. We'll be there in the afternoon. We will call you back today, which is the 202-526-1400, extension 19, 202 526-1400, extension 19, which is 20 Tuesdays. I need, Willette, for all of our senior citizens, all of you who have children that's out for the summer, I need all of my working women who want to get in and out. Let Tuesday be the day that you come in and get an economical service. The thing, Willette, hello, Willette? Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, the thing that people got to understand, you know what, Willette, a lot of times people think that when we say $20, there's a gimmick. First of all, it is a blessing for someone like you with over 20 years of experience to sit a person in the chair for a $20 deal. For someone like myself who have been in the beauty industry since 1992, where my relaxers start at $95, for me to sit people in the chair for $20 is a blessing. And we're doing it because I want to touch my listeners. I want to see my listeners. I want to look at my listeners, like Miss Shingler who came in, Miss Jackson who comes back in tomorrow with her granddaughter Natasha. You know, I want to see you so we can have real conversations. 20 Tuesdays, and then we're so excited because we just created Lock Me Up Thursday. So many people have dreadlocks. So many people have lock maintenance, where we're offering a great deal for Thursday. So for only $50, you can get your lock maintenance retwisted. So it's called Lock Me Up Thursday, where we're going to lock you real good. We're going to lock you with love. We should probably change Lock Me Up to Lock You with Love.
That was mine, sir.
Oh, yeah,
love
that's right.
locks.
Yes, that's right. Yes, Trendy Lindy came up with love locks. Let me tell you something. One of the guys said to me, one of the guys who was recently incarcerated, he said, I'm going to stay as far away from that Lock Me Up Thursday. He said, I'm going to stay as far away from that Lock Me Up Thursday as I possibly can. Mm-hmm. But I would just say that it's just a honor and a privilege, and God makes no mistakes. And I kept certain chairs open for a reason, looking for quality. Mm-hmm. And the thing that I like about you, Willette, is you are an entrepreneur yourself. Willette now is going to be our official travel guide for Signature Salon. Okay. She does travel. And she's now planning our Shanghai trip to Hair World for 2016. So she's going to reach out to all the other salons. So we're excited about that.
Oh, wonderful!
And she has a show on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So Willette, just give us the information if somebody wanted to follow you on Tuesday, and then I'm going to share with the listeners what I'm going to do for them. Go ahead.
Okay, it's Tuesday mornings, every Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. The Willow Vision Radio Show at www.listenvisionlive.com. We talk about health, beauty, business. It's balance, y'all. So listen in every Tuesday at 11. That's it.
All right. So this is what we're going to do with that. What I'm going to do is for my, tomorrow's 20 Tuesdays. And so if there's any clients who want to book in the afternoon, because we're booked in the morning, but Willette comes in at noon, and I know she has 2 1 o'clocks, but then I think we're open after that. If there's anyone who want to come in tomorrow afternoon for the 20 Tuesdays, make sure you call me at the 202-526-1400 extension 19. Also for $20 for guys, you can also get your hair cut. It's normally $25, but Cooper does those for he will do that for $20. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to take the first 5 callers for free consultations. If you want a consultation on tomorrow, free of charge, to come in and let me look at your hair, see what we can do. I was telling Miss Jackson how my mother hair was thinning, and now she has a full head of thick hair. Mm-hmm. And so I want to be able to help you get yourself back together. If you need a consultation or you want to come and see C. Allen, free of charge for the consultations for hair appointments, call me now. The first 5 people, 202. Now, listen, I'm only human. I cannot take 15 and 20 people. The first 5 people who call me for a free consultation, I'll be at the salon on tomorrow from 9 in the morning until about 7 in the evening. 202-526-1400. 1400 extension 19. Now, if you can't come in tomorrow and you want to come throughout the week, that's why I still have Willette Holden. Willette will be able, with her 20-some years of experience, right along with C. Allen, do the free consultation and kind of help you out. When I say free consultation, Willette, a lot of people don't understand what that is. Some people may want to come in because we now do custom wigs and they want to get fitted for a wig. That's a free consultation. Some people may want to come in because they are going bald in certain areas and they want to know, should they do a weave? Should they do a wig? Should they do hair pieces? Should they do hair growth treatments? That's what the consultation is for. Some of you just say, hey, I have natural hair and I don't know what else to do with it but put it in some plaits. Is there something else that I can do? Some of you may say, hey, I have I have locks, but I was thinking about getting some of my locks colored. That's what the free consultation is about. I want to see you this week at the C. Allen Signature Salon. I work all day on Tuesdays, but I do go in Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday just to meet with clients and to be at the reception desk. So make sure you call me. The good thing about the Signature Willette, is that we have free parking. A lot of people get scared of the U Street, Florida Avenue area because they say there's nowhere to park. We are connected to the Gospel Spreading Bookstore, and we have that parking lot right there, which is free of charge, right across from Howard University Hospital. So you have and we're right down the street from the Shaw subway station, as well as the Vermont subway station on the other end. So we're right in the middle of two subway stations, and we have free parking. It's no excuse. Let me tell you, I'm about to go off with that. So you need to bring me in, because I'm tired of walking around and seeing these folk with these rubber bands with that beady head in the back, with your hair looking a hickey hot mess, and you tell me you don't have no money. Sweetie, we spent $20 in Popeyes on a 3-piece with fries, a large drink, a biscuit, and an apple pie.
Well,
we had $15 right there.
We really are.
So, and you know what? Let me just say this, Willette. Go ahead, ma'am. I'm gonna get you off the line.
See what I'm talking about?
How can I help you, ma'am? I'm about to hang up on you. Go ahead.
What about the Natural Hair Haven on Thursdays?
That is the Lock Me Up Thursdays. For $50. I already talked about that. You hang up on her, Alonzo, because she's not even listening. Okay, Willette is gone, everyone. Praise God. She's gone on. She's gone on. Yes, we'll see her tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, she's gone to a better place with all that noise in the background. Willow in the city is now in the city because she's off the line on the C. Allen Morning Show. Get Richard on there. She is off the line on the C. Allen Morning Show. So listen, before I talk to Richard. Good morning, Richard.
Good morning, Richard.
Good morning, and thank you for taking my call.
Okay, so wait a minute, Richard. Let me just finish this. So listen, everyone, the 202-526-1400, extension 19. Let me tell you what we're doing tomorrow, Richard. I'm so excited. Not only is it 20 Tuesdays, but we have a big makeup population, and they love our Demi Wispy lashes. Our lashes are $12 for $20, and then for the people that are into makeup, we have 125 eyeshadow, 120 or 125.
I think 120.
It's a 120. We have 120 eyeshadow palette that's on sale, half off. It's only $20. So our 20 Tuesdays, we kicked it up to $20 for basic services, $20 for 12 pairs of lashes, and $20 haircuts, and now $20 for the 120 eyeshadow palette. So we are really doing something great for our listeners here on the C. Allen Morning Show. Now, Richard, we're going to have to put you on hold, so I want you to hold your comment because we got to go to a commercial break. But 202-526-1400, extension 19. Why don't you call me now on the commercial break? I want you to call C. Allen. You have to leave messages. Don't hang up. I am not in the office. I'm in the studio, but I want you to leave a message. You know what I like, Alonzo? I love going to work, and all my listeners be leaving messages. Hi, this is Miss Betty. I'm 87 years old, and I was listening, and I need a curly girl weave. All right, Miss Betty, come on in, baby. I would love to see you. It's only one step up, so we do take folks in wheelchairs as well. We do not discriminate. All right, everyone. Today we're talking about why do we mistreat each other, and I got a whole lot to talk about. But we're going to come back with Richard. I want you to call me now, 1-800-450-7876. We'll be right back after these messages.
News updates on the web at WOLDCnews.com.
Good morning, I'm Doug Parrish. Here's the latest from News1.com. Brought to you in part by Nexium 24-Hour. Now the purple pill is available without a prescription for frequent heartburn. Well, it was a violent weekend in D.C. A triple shooting along North Capitol and T Streets claimed the lives of two young men. D.C. police did make an arrest in those shootings. A third victim is recovering. The D.C. Council is set to meet for its final session today before council members move to their summer recess, but it's unlikely council members will do anything with the mayor's veto of the new budget. Last week, Mayor Gray vetoed the spending plan, saying it hurts seniors and dramatically increases the cost of the city's streetcar project. Well, there's a new report out on the shootings last year at the Washington Navy Yard, and it finds a lack of coordination hindered police efforts to find the shooter. Tom Roberts has more.
D.C. police say their commanders didn't know there was live video tracking the shooter because a private security guard had locked himself inside a room with monitors and didn't communicate with police. The Washington Post says an added problem was that although the Navy Yard base commander may have known about the cameras, D.C. police worked out of a separate command center. D.C. Police Chief Kathy Lanier says her officers never met with the base commander and that the security guard may not have known what to do. I'm Tom Roberts.
Well, violent clashes overseas following Sunday's World Cup final. In Buenos Aires, soccer fans clashed with police following Argentina's loss to Germany. The Germans winning the World Cup championship 1-0 after a goal in extra time. The Washington Wizards are adding Paul Pierce to the lineup. It appears the former Celtic and former Brooklyn Net will be playing for Washington this season after agreeing to a 2-year deal worth about $11 million. And the news brought to you in part by Coons.com. I'm Doug Parrish. When you're looking for news for Black America, go to News1.com.
News updates on the web at WOLDCnews.com.
All right, everyone, we're back here live. I tell you, we need some video cameras in here because me and that Trendy Lindy is doing something crazy. All right, let's get Richard on the line. Richard, good morning, because I've been doing a lot of talking. Good morning, Richard.
Good morning. Thank you for taking my call. And I first want to comment. I go to one of your Sea Island shows, shops at Florida and
yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
And not only that, it's one of the better deals in the city. I get color and he trims and he does a fantastic job. Plus, there's free parking and there's no waiting, and it's absolutely a phenomenal deal. And not only that, there's an African American restaurant right up the street from that. So you can kill more than one bird with one stone. The second thing is, I think you need to rename the show the Comedy Beauty Hour. It is phenomenal.
Richard, don't start no stuff today. Don't start no stuff.
Now, as far as African Americans,
why do we treat each other the way we do? And I'm so glad Dave is on the line because Dave always got something good for me. But Richard, talk to me. Why do we treat each other the way we do?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. I'm not a part of that. And I wonder why we're the only group that do that. I have neighbors, and they're foreign. They treat me like a king. And my African American neighbors, when they were here, it was actually horrible. So I don't know. I'm asking a question also. I don't know why.
Richard, I'm even thinking about contractors. When we deal with African American contractors, first of all, I don't have that problem with other people.
No.
I'm not just talking about white folks, just other people in general, but it's us. Why do we do each other like that? Why do we promise a finished date and it never comes to pass? Why do we take people's money and don't give them the kind of quality service? We don't do that if it was Mr. Jim, but we do that to each other. Why do we not respect each other the way we should?
I have no idea, but lastly, I just want to say I'm glad we have you, Mr. C. Allen, too. You helped turn that around. You're not a part of that, and I wish we had more people like you and Marion Barry and a few others that really are concerned about uplifting our people. Why do we do that? There are many reasons why. I can't really go into all the details today, but we need to be mindful of the fact that, to my knowledge, we're the only group in the world, in the universe, that do that.
Well, it's unfortunate, and I'm looking for answers. Thank you, Richard. I want you all to call me at 1-800-450-7876 because I'm still perplexed. We got Dave on the line. I'm still perplexed. 1-800-450-7876. I want to know, why do we treat each other the way we do? Why do we talk down to each other? Why aren't we uplifting each other? It's amazing that when crime happens, Dave, and stuff that go on, we go in our houses and we shut our doors, we close the blinds, we don't see anything. The white folk be outside on the corners talking to the police, pointing here, pointing there, all that kind of stuff. And the funny thing is that we wouldn't do nothing to them, but then we'll shoot up the black folk house. Why do we do each other the way we do? Talk to me, Dave.
How y'all doing this morning?
Good, Dave. Good morning.
Yeah. First of all, it's called self-hate. We've been taught to hate each other. That's number one. And number two, we done sung our way out of a whole lot of things in the last 50 years, but we ain't going to sing our way out of this one. That's the next thing I want y'all to know. Then another thing, for every cause there is an effect. Now, let me tell y'all what started happening to us in the 80s. Yep, we had crack come on the scene, the Love Boat. A lot of our people end up going to jail behind that, which means you probably won't be able to get a good job. We had a lot of teenage pregnancy. You got this obscene videos and music out here today. No parenting, no rules, no regulations. Do I need to go on?
And David, you know what, David? I said now, if Fox 5 had went to DC General and videotaped them after midnight with kids running around and walking around and all of that and not knowing where the parents are, you would think that the folks over there will pull it together. I just saw on the news the other day that Fox 5 went back over to DC General and the exact same things were happening with little toddlers and little kids running around on what they call the strip after midnight with their parents nowhere in sight.
Well, I have to believe you because I'm a cab driver and sometimes I go through there, and you got the jail sitting on the same complex. You got some people with mental problems.
You also have the methadone clinic that's on the same compound.
That's right. And another thing, y'all might not remember this, but when that crack came on the scene, a whole lot of our black women, when they got hooked on that, they gave birth to babies that was on crack.
That's true.
Now these kids today are like in their 30s. So that crack, it does a lot to your mind, and your brain. And even that love boat. That love boat to make you go home and kill your grandmama and she don't hurry up and give you some change.
That's right.
And so
we got a lot of brothers and sisters out here that come back home from the military from over the last 30, 40 years. I don't know if y'all hear about it, but some of them have actually killed their wives.
Yeah, it's a lot. Okay, David, that's enough. Man. That's,
oh my God,
that is a mess out here.
Yeah,
that's enough. Okay,
and we can't sing our way out of this.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Dave, because I got a couple of callers. Although we're gonna go to Patricia next. Well, let me ask you this: what would be the solution, Dave? Yes. Then we're gonna go to Pam. What's the solution to why we mistreat each other the way we do? How can we change this?
I hate to say it. And I hate to sound negative, as some of the callers might lay back in the cut and say about some of us, but you cannot change this around after 40 years. We still haven't even got the black man to come back home yet. He's still missing in action.
All right. Okay, Dave, I want you to keep listening. We appreciate you. Let's go to Patricia on line 1. Patricia, talk to me. Welcome to the Seattle Morning Show.
Well, thank you for taking my call, and I'm just tuning in, so I'm not sure what was said earlier, but I do believe that you have to go back to the slave days when we were always pitted against one another.
Yes.
So those in the field, those in the house, and so we've been always in a situation where we were against each other, and we're still living that today.
So let me ask you this: so now, how are we going to grow from that, though, Patricia?
The last caller said it's going to be next to impossible, and the only way it can be turned around is really God. Is the only way who can influence this, and how that happens, I don't know, because now you're talking about changing people's mindset.
Yeah.
That's right.
And that's nothing that anyone can do but them, and even most of us who are equipped to do it have difficulty doing it.
Absolutely.
So when you take somebody, like if you have read the ISIS papers and you talk about how people come from a certain background and then they pass it on to their kids and their kids pass it on, and it just keeps a vicious cycle going. So I think we just have to, pull each person up as we see it. It has to be at a grassroots effort when we sit out in the streets, although there are some risks associated with that.
Absolutely. It's true, but I agree with you, and I think one thing that has to happen is we have to go back old school, where we become a village again, where everyone is working with each other. But because there's so many issues that's even involved with that, because nowadays you even look at somebody's child like you want to discipline them, and that may be your last day living on earth.
Mm-hmm. Well, even with the parents, they can't even discipline their own children. So
Absolutely.
You have parents who are afraid of their children because of these new laws. So, and then you have two-parent households. You have latchkey kids again. Yeah. It's a really big problem to solve, and I'm not sure how it's going to happen. Thanks for taking my call.
All right,
Thank you,
Patricia. Okay, let's go to Pam on line 3. Pam, why do we treat each other the way we do? Talk to me, Pam.
Yes, good morning, C. Allen. How are you this morning, beloved? I'm
wonderful. Talk to me.
Well, various levels of unwellness, beloved. As the sister said before my call, the slave trade and the post-traumatic slave syndrome, that's a book. I encourage everyone who hasn't had the opportunity to read that book. It's a very scholarly, well-researched book about how our various issues manifest as post-trauma. And there has never been a constructive, deliberate, systematic effort to heal. So consequently, we're manifesting, various residual results of the most heinous institution of slavery that has ever been known to man. And we've never had a system of healing. So kudos to you, C. Allen, for your vocation, the laying on of hands. Mm-hmm. And your vocation is a very therapeutic system of starting a therapeutic method of us healing. So kudos for you for choosing that vocation. I'm sure it was a spiritual journey as well as, just a vocational choice, but it's a very spiritual and therapeutic method of healing. So kudos.
And you know what, Pam, I also realized by me working at the C. Allen Signature Salon on Tuesdays and being able to touch clients again. And one lady, I talked to her, and she came in the door. She had a scarf on her head, and she was looking, like something was wrong. And by the time I finished with her, she said, you really touched me. And what I noticed is that part of our problem is we have a lot of people that's out here that's just broken. Yeah. They have no sense of direction. Yeah. And we need to go back to where we had churches who really helped and really made sure that they really met the needs of the people. Mm-hmm. Now everything is so commercial. Back in my day, we had to go to the black hole on Friday and pull people up out of there and ask them, did they know Jesus, and talk to them about a better way of living. It's just amazing to me that it seems like nobody cares anymore. Everybody is focused on themselves, and no one wants to lend a helping hand to help their brother or their sister. And it's so unfortunate. I just talked to her for 3 minutes. She started crying, and I said, well, what's wrong? She said, because you touched me. And I said to myself, well, my God, where are you getting your comfort from, your healing? Are you meditating? Are you seeking a higher power? What are you doing to change yourself?
Yes, the laying on of hands is a very powerful tool for healing. I just want to share with you, there's a saint who comes from India. They call her the hugging saint. And all she does is hug people throughout the whole time that she's there. She's been known to hug over 50,000 people at a setting.
Wow.
and go on for 22 straight hours. And she was here 2 weeks ago in Virginia. And that's what she does. She hugs because she understands.
All right, Pam. We got to go to break, but I appreciate you. You keep listening, okay? And we got to take a commercial break, everyone. We're going to come back with Mr. Goings and John holding on the line. This is 1450 AM WOL. We'll be right back after these messages.
News Talk 1450 WOL AM, where information is power.
Brought to you by Marlowe Furniture. Southbound on 295 at East Capitol Street, the accident was moved over to the side of the roadway. Everything is open. Westbound on the Southeast-Southwest Freeway, heading from the 11th Street Bridge over to 6th Street Southeast. They're doing some road work today, left and right lane closures, as well as 20-minute full closures. And that's going to be westbound on the freeway for the middle of the day today. So anticipate that and give yourself some extra time in case you encounter one of those 20-minute closures.
A beautiful bedroom for less than the daily cost of a Cafe Grande, only at Marlowe.
Now your WOL weather forecast for today: partly cloudy, could see some thunderstorms this afternoon, a high near 94. For tonight, a few clouds down to 74. Tomorrow, partly cloudy day early, then some thunderstorms developing in the afternoon and a high tomorrow near 89. Steve Hirschhorn for News Talk 1450 WOL, where information is power.
News Talk 1450 WOL AM, where information is power.
Here on the C. Allen Morning Show, my question today is, and we're going to go to Mr. Goins first and then John. My question of the day is, why, or our topic, why do we mistreat each other? Why do we treat each other so bad? Mr. Goins, please share some light on this situation with us. Line 2, Mr. Goins. Talk to me, sir.
Well, C. Allen, it goes deeper than that. You know, we're not paying attention to where we've been, you know, and what's going on. It's a systematic system to commit genocide. The mindset is being inbred in our brothers and our sisters to hate upon it, and they're not paying attention to those blatant signs. So it's a means to divide and conquer. If I take the man out the household, then our men are being raised by nothing but females. If I take the female out the household, then your daughters are not getting that other balance of being with a woman in the house. You're not paying attention to what is going on, and we don't educate our kids in the houses first. We from what I see now, we're taking our kids to school, and it's a place where they go babysit. You know, we're not taking the pride that we used to back in the 60s and the 50s and the 40s and the 30s, where we were self-contained and we educated our own, and we instilled in them a sense of pride and a sense of where we've been and the things. We had businesses. It's kind of like what you had been talking all along. We invest in everybody other's races and businesses but our own. You know, we're the only people that buy from everybody else. But if you look at what goes on, nobody else buys from everybody else. They buy from their own people. You know, we have a sense of being selfish, a sense of trying to outdo one another. We would rather spend time watching BET Awards than to educate your kids on where they was and where they've been from and where those instruments and those sounds came from.
But you know what, Darnell? You know what, Mr. Goins? You know what? You said something that just hit something. You know, by me working also at the jail, and we see all those black men that's incarcerated. With them being incarcerated, a lot of them falsely accused, a lot of them for misdemeanor crimes, a lot of them is just a system that's going. What's happening in the household with the little boys? What's happening with the little girls? Do you know that when I do a lot of consultation with people, so many people tell me that they have been molested. You know, because we as the parents, sometimes it's a single family, and the mother is working 2 and 3 jobs because the man is gone away, he's locked up, but then the children are being vulnerable. Yeah. So then what happens? That girl then start to become a little
promiscuous.
Yes, because she feel like now this is what she need to do in order to get attention, and then the cycle starts, and then we bring in HIV to the picture and all other kind of things, drug abuse, alcoholism. It's just so many things, but we need some solutions. So before I go to John, tell me, what's the solution? What do you think we can do to get back on track and start treating each other better?
The first thing we need to do is recognize what's going on in our own homes individually. Stop pointing the finger at everybody else outside of your home and take care of in-home first. You know, take care of in-home first. Then come together as a community. Come together as a community. I heard that last call she was talking about laying on hands and praying, but at this point in time, that's great. God is good and God provides everything. But God also says faith without works is dead.
Amen.
So if you're not putting forth the effort, if you're sitting there waiting for some unforeseen Messiah or some leader to come forth and make it happen for you or the people or anything, you're mistaken. Everybody in the sound of my voice is a leader. Everybody in the sound of my voice has the same opportunity to go and make a strong difference in their own
Okay,
home.
sir, you are not C. Allen. That is enough. We're going to hang up on you. You keep on because you preaching now. Pass the offering plate. Hang up on him anyway. Hang up on him. That make me feel better. Good. We done hung up on him. Let's go to John. John, talk to me. Why do we treat each other the way we do? Talk to me, John.
Well, good morning. I think it's because of a lack of training, a lack of examples, a lack of individuals working with children. For example, I have...
I can't hear you, John.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
I have 2 grandkids that live with my wife and I and my daughter. And we go to school and check on them and see what the teachers say that they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And work with them and model the behavior. We take them to church every Sunday. We have a program. You're talking about those kids over there at D.C. General out all night. When our pastor came to our church at New York Avenue and New Jersey Avenue, there was an apartment building for sale on the corner of New York and New Jersey.
Uh-huh.
We were able to get the federal government and D.C. government to help us purchase it, remodeled it, and now we've turned it over to some. They remodeled it and put an elevator in there. Tuesday was open house. There's 28 apartments there. Those kids that over there at D.C. General will be moving into that building.
Wow.
And these kids now will be with parents who have drug problems or alcohol problems. They will go up the street to Perry School, which is just up the street for our church, Holy Redeemer, and they'll get some job training, alcohol.
Yes. Okay. Wait a minute. So that's over. That's over there. That's over there near Bennett Career Institute, near my place, Perry School.
Correct.
Okay.
Holy Redeemer, and 15 years ago, we bought the apartment building on the corner that was for sale.
That's wonderful, John.
Jewish family, Weinberg, out of Baltimore, they donated over $500,000 to help with the rehabilitation.
That's awesome.
I think we need to work with these kids and these people who are down. We have to go one by one. We probably need 100 C. Allen Moreland volunteers. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I think that's awesome, John. I think that's really awesome. I think that is a good idea. The listeners that are listening, I think that's where it starts. Mm-hmm. Now, when we're talking about solutions, John just came up with a great solution. We talked and we argued about the kids over at DC General. Now we have an opportunity with 28 apartments being filled with them that we can become mentors and volunteers to be able to help. Because, one of the suggestions or one of the solutions that I have, John, is that we have to start today. Everyone is calling in talking about what's going on because I am invoking the questions, but the answer should be we have to start today. Now, Mr. Goins hit it on the head. We start with our families, and then we branch from our families to places like the apartment building that Holy Redeemer has gotten, and then we continue to move. So I think that if all of us decided that we would take on 1 to 3, either in our households or outside of our households, but take 1 to 3 people that we can mentor and kind of help, what kind of lives can change? Let me tell you something, John. My mother and I was having a conversation on yesterday and was going back memory lane, and I told her if it wasn't for my pastor, Bishop Alfred Owens, and Greater Mount Calvary Holy Church, we would not know where we would be. He paid my apartments when I was away in college. He sent me money when we couldn't afford to be there. My mother used to sell church dinners. And I can remember, if it wasn't for the financial help from Bishop Alfred Owens, I would not be sitting here today. We need to be the Bishop Alfred Owens. We need to be the people that's going to take hold of these people and be able to uplift them and help them. And I think that that's where we can start. We can start by, if we know that people need help. Because, I remember back in the day, I don't know about you, John, and your age, but when I was growing up, I remember people wondering, did we need a mentor? Did we need somebody to help us with our homework, to tutor, to work with us? I can remember being in the church and my pastor assigning junior deacons to be with me because there was no father in my household to teach me not to keep my hands on my hips and to teach me what I needed to do in order to be a man. And I just think that is what is missing.
Amen.
So I think what you're doing at Holy Redeemer is a great work for our listeners. Now, John, so what do they do? Do they contact Holy Redeemer if they want to volunteer for these 28 apartments to help with the people, or talk to me?
Let me give you my number. Is 202-387-5984. Our pastor is Reverend David Barber. The church number is 202-347-7510.
That's really good.
We have services and volunteers for youth there. So
so what I want you to do, John, John, I need you to take your time and say the number so we can get it. Okay, but this is for the listeners who may want to help with some of those families at DC General. Give us the number again. Slow down this time, John. Go ahead.
202-347-7510.
And the number to the church?
Yeah, 202-347-7510. My number is 202-387-5984.
All right. And so, John, I thank you for listening to us. And keep in mind, tell your wife and everybody at Holy Redeemer that on Tuesdays we have 20 Tuesdays where they can get a shampoo set, blow dry, and curl. But matter of fact, because Holy Redeemer is so close to Bennett Career Institute, they should go over to the beauty school because, all of our services are half off. Our haircuts are only $5. And we have discount prices on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and everything is always half off. Come by and see me, John. I'll be happy to see you, and we thank you so much for the great work that you guys are doing, okay?
Thank you. I'll be by to see you.
All right, very good. All right, everyone listening, I just think that you guys have been doing great. The whole hour has been packed with nothing but calls. It's about time y'all listening and calling like you're supposed to.
But we're doing our part. You've been giving out the number more because a lot of times we only give the number out once or twice.
Not a problem.
We do want the people to call.
1-800-450-7876.
Call us.
1-800-450-7876. We are almost finished with this first hour. Time go by so fast. I love the listeners. We appreciate you listening, but we got to do better. I want you to start calling me now, and let's come up with some solutions. What can we do about how we treat each other? The prejudice that we have towards each other, how we stereotype each other. What are the things that we can do so we can make our community better? It's time that we wake up. Alonzo, for the next hour, let's do my song, Wake Up Everybody, No More Sleeping in Bed. All right, everybody, it's the C. Allen Morning Show. C. Allen, Trendy Lindy. We'll be right back after these messages.
Interest. Now you walk around with a frown. Sorry that you say I hurt you, but you know you.
Well, Washington, D.C. and WPRS HD2 Waldorf, Washington. A Radio 1 station and worldwide at WOLDCnews.com.
Hey, DJ, you're playing my song, but then you have to play his and hers and the entire parties. Sure, the songs are changing, but your hands keep doing the same old dance. Time for a break. Make some noise for the new Bacon Clubhouse from McDonald's. 100% beef, classic Big Mac sauce, all on a warm artisan roll. But this hit isn't for sharing, so no requests. A break this hype deserves both hands. The Bacon Clubhouse, a new breakthrough in break time. At participating McDonald's.
If you're now a high-risk driver due to a DUI, DWI, or tickets for aggressive driving, you must listen to this message. We're the largest insurance company in the U.S. specializing in low-cost SR22 auto insurance. If you need SR22 auto insurance, or if you have it now and are paying too much, you need to call us today for your free quote at 800-920-1387. We'll help you get SR22 insurance that you can afford. We'll even handle the filings for you. Call now at 800-920-1387. That's 800-920-1387.
More. The views and opinions of the following show do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of News Talk 1450 WOL, Radio 1 Incorporated, or their management.
News Talk 1450 WOL AM, where information is power.
All right. All right, everyone, we're back here for our second hour here on the Sea Island Morning Show. We are just so excited. We want you to keep listening to us. If you are on the computer, you should go to www.calanmorningshow.com. You can tell your folks they can click listen live, so they'll be able to hear us. If you're on Facebook, I want you to friend request me. Chet, CHET, Beauty, King Bennett. Hit me up on Facebook. Also on Facebook is the Sea Island Morning Show group, and that is CALAN Morning Show on Facebook. I want you to keep up with me. If you're on Twitter, it's at the Sea Island Morning. At the CALAN Morning if you're on Twitter. So this is a way that you can follow me and keep up with me. Altogether, we have about maybe 15,000 followers. Between 15 to 20,000 when you combine them all together. We want you to keep listening to the show. We want you to keep tuning into the show. And we wanted to first start off this hour. The question of the day, we're talking about why do we mistreat each other? Now, it's going to get a little heated because the next thing we're going to talk about is even in the church. Why we mistreat each other. And I don't want Trendy to get loud and start hollering and screaming because, she's a minister and she got issues. So we're not going to do that this morning. But listen, before we go into that, why don't we stop really quickly and do the announcements? Trendy, talk to us about what's going on at the Bennett Career Institute.
Well, first of all, we have Danessa Myricks, who is coming to do an 8-hour hands-on makeup class. She's doing a boot camp class on this coming Sunday, July the 20th. It's going to be from 8 to 5. She's going to teach everything about makeup artistry. So if you've been wanting to learn how to do your own face, how to enhance your own beauty, this is an excellent opportunity to take advantage of Danessa Myricks. We only get her once a year outside of our Celebrity Makeup Symposium. So she's back this summer, and we cannot wait until Sunday. I already have my kit of sponges, foundations, lashes. She's going to teach.
Just be on time.
Yes. Well, I got to be on time because I'm the registrar. But anyhow, she's going to teach lashes. She's going to teach eyebrow arching. She's going to teach how to make your eyes popping, how to match your foundation so that you won't be wearing foundation that's lighter than your actual skin complexion. She's going to teach you, so whether you just want to enhance your own face or you want to learn how to make this a business and actually do wedding parties and things of that nature, it is going to be an awesome, awesome event. We currently have 3 spaces still available. So if you are interested, you need to call me today, 202-526-1400, extension 18. Now, we always wait until the last minute to try to get in on something. So if you're one of those ones that's waiting to the last minute, you still have an opportunity today to call in. The cost is only $2.99, and that's really good for Danessa Myricks.
And you also get a certificate. And the thing is that how you make that $2.99 back, and then we're going to go to Kelly. Kelly's holding on the line. But how do we make that $2.99 back? Number one, if you are part of an organization, you can start now charging the saints how to do lashes. You can do lashes on church members and charge them $25 a set. You can work with organizations where you can do makeup for other people. You're going to learn how to do yourself as well as doing someone else. And I think that's the important thing. The important thing is sowing the seed and reaping a harvest. You sowed the seed of $2.99, and now you're going to reap the harvest, because now you're going to do proms, and you're going to do weddings, and you're going to do the first lady, and you're going to do the bishop before he goes on national TV, and all those kind of things. You're able to do that and have a certificate from the Danessa Myricks. Her website is IMakeYouBeautiful.com. Absolutely beautiful transformations. But before we go to the business series, let's talk to Kelly. What we're doing, Kelly, the question of the day, we had tons of callers to call in the last hour. Why do we mistreat each other? Turn your radio down for me and answer that question for me, and tell me some solutions. Why do we treat each other the way we do? Talk to me, Kelly.
Well, I want to answer that question, but I also want to focus it on what you said about why in the church it happens also in the church.
Yes.
Well, the same people that are in the community that have been misraised and have been treating each other badly are the same people in the community that are in the church. And when they start off in the church, they start off with the right intention. They get their life right. They stop drinking. They stop smoking. And they give themselves credit for that. But then they forget the greatest commandment, which is love.
Yes. You preaching now, Kelly. Go ahead.
And so now we have a problem because of all the other problems that we had initially about the father not being there, about the mother working too hard, and all of these other problems that we face, and we leave off the love, and that becomes the issue, that you have to learn how to speak life and not death, and things that you see, you calling those things that's not as though they were. That's how you do it. That's how you do it in the church. That's what God says to do. Mm-hmm. But when you leave off the love, it's just, you have nothing.
That's right.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Kelly, and I think it's important, and that is that people go to the church for healing and for reconciliation.
Yes, they do.
The church is the place that's supposed to take the broken down, the downtrodden, the folks that have issues and situations. We're supposed to go, the church is our healing hospital, where we're supposed to go and get healing and feel better. It is so unfortunate that we deal with so much hell on the street, and then we walk into the church and there's more hell sitting there. It's unfortunate that how we can't sit in certain spots, because certain spots is situated and set aside for Sister So-and-so, Sister Dunkin' Donut, and Sister Krispy Kreme. So we can't sit in certain spots. How we go into some churches and the ushers and the greeters got an attitude on their face, or they talking to each other, opposed to greeting you when you come into the door. It's unfortunate that we have churches that is not living up to the commandments. It has turned into a group. It is turned into a club. It is turned into something that's festive, but it is not keeping hold to the true word. And the true word, first of all, I've seen a lot of times more demons and devils sit in the church house than I have seen in the outhouse in other places. So what I think is important, Trendy, I'm not trying to get her started because she's getting the attitude, because she is ready to go there. But it is so unfortunate, and it is our job that what we're supposed to do is, instead of looking at people and being prejudiced and stereotyping people and looking at their clothes and looking at what they dress and how they look and put them in certain categories, that we're supposed to embrace and love the people. Let me tell you something. I love my church, and I told Rashawn Broadnax, one of the things that I love about Canaan Baptist Church is you feel the warmth when you walk in the door.
Yes.
I like churches like that. I like churches. I've had churches. I went to his church, and I had folks, them old folk don't know me from Adam. Come here, son. You want to sit with me? One lady said to me, make sure you stay because I cook some good old fried chicken. All of that kind of stuff.
Yes.
When it come time for them asking anybody want to join, they nudging and looking and all this stuff. It's just hilarious because a lot of the clients that come to the Bennett Career Institute are members of Canaan Baptist Church on the corner of 14th and Newton. So one thing I will say is, but then it's not just that one. My sister church, Trinity Baptist Church, is another one that when you come in the door, you feel like you at home. That's the kind of place that all churches are supposed to be. The churches that we go through so much at work, we go through so much at home, we go through so much with our supervisors, that when we come into the house of God, we want to come into a place of refuge. We want to come into a place where we feel comfort and embrace. And I think that part, and I didn't want to get started, Kelly, because part of my problem, my degree is in religion. Right. And I just knew that I was going to be a preacher. And part of my problem is I do not like the way that the direction that the church is going in. The church is supposed to be about the people. The church is supposed to be about love. You're supposed to feel real good.
Feel that spirit when you walk in the door.
I remember going to church where we was in church all day long, and it didn't feel like it because not only did we feel good, but we took care of each other, and it was just a place. Let me just say this. I was 12 years old when I found the Lord Jesus Christ, and it was that saved my life, because I remember trying to commit suicide. I remember being bullied in school. I remember, feeling ostracized even in my own household. It was 12 years old when my pastor, he preached a sermon in Arkansas. What do you have in your hands? And he said it was easy to become a part of Christ by the ABCs: acknowledge, believe, and confess. I went in my basement and I did that. At 12 years old, I was slain in the spirit. I woke up the very next day, Kelly, and being a part of that church saved my life because it was the family. It gave me comfort, and it also gave me confidence. Being the youth leader, being the founder of the concert choir, all that kind of stuff. Because and that's when, Kelly, that I knew that I had a voice, because that's when I was in the drama ministry and all those other things. So it kept me off the streets. It kept me out of trouble. It kept me from doing other things. I will walk to church from my house to Park Road almost every single day, and it saved my life. Where are the churches like that today?
Yes.
All right, Kelly. Thank you so much for calling. We appreciate you.
Kelly.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
All right, Trinity. So talk to me, because you're rolling your eyes and stuff. We're talking about today, everyone. 1-800-450-7876. Why do we mistreat each other the way we do? Why do we treat people so bad? Why are we always trying to get over on each other? Why we don't want to help each other? Let me just say this. One thing that really burns me to the core. I'm not going to call on names out today, but Alonzo, it burns me to the core when I know that I'm not saying this because I'm the owner of the Bennett Career Institute at 700 Monroe Street, Northeast of Beauty and Barber School. I'm not saying it because of that, but I'm saying it because I know I ran 5 beauty schools. It bothers me that now we have new schools that has risen in the D.C. area that are not African American owned. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem that I have is some people won't even come to Bennett because we're black owned. So they feel as though that the education is going to be substandard. That's how we do each other. But Alonzo, this is what gets me. They will go to the white school, where the white school in Washington do not even teach them how to do black hair. They can't do their hair. They can't do their grandmama hair. And the unfortunate thing is they will pay over $5,000 more than what they would have paid me to go to a school to learn how to do hair on most people that's not even going to embrace them. Most people are not going to embrace them. Then they come out of that school, and then they come into the neighborhood salons, and they can't do anything after they have given the people $20,000.
Exactly.
And then they call me, Alonzo, and ask me, can you teach me how to do natural hair? Can you teach me how to do over curly hair? Can you teach me how to do a relaxer?
Horse hair.
But you wouldn't come to me in the beginning because you felt like you would learn more at the white school, but then you come back not knowing anything.
And what about the few we hired at the Signature Salon, and after a few weeks we had to fire?
Well, you know what? It wasn't after a few weeks. It was after a few days because they couldn't even curl hair. And I just think it's
That's
so
a
unfortunate,
shame.
but it goes back to how we do each other. I've had people who would come to me for makeup classes and say to me, well, my daughter, she's going to go to blah, blah, blah in the fall, the cosmetology school. And I sit there and waiting for me to respond. Alonzo, I say, that's great, baby. And I hope everything work out really well. And when they leave, I say, that devil is a lie. All right, everybody, we got to go to commercial break. Today, we're talking about why do we treat people the way we do. 1-800-450-7876. We'll be right back after these messages.
News Talk 1450 WOL AM, where information is power.
Good morning, this WOL Traffic Update is brought to you by Nexium 24-hour. Northbound on the Baltimore-Washington Parkway, very slow as you head up from 193 now. Tree trimming operation heading northbound on the BW Parkway along the right. 295 southbound, the accident cleared. Everything is open at East Capitol Street. 14th Street northbound after Constitution Avenue. 2 center lanes blocked while that sinkhole continues to be repaired. Now, for the first time ever, the purple pill is available without a prescription for frequent heartburn. Introducing Nexium 24-hour. This is Nexium Level Protection. Now your WOL weather forecast brought to you by Marlowe Furniture. For today, partly cloudy, afternoon thunderstorms, a high near 94. A few clouds overnight down to 74. Could see some more thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon and a high near 89.
A beautiful bedroom for less than the daily cost of a Cafe Grande, only at Marlowe.
Steve Hirschhorn for News Talk 1450 WOL, where information is power.
News Talk 1450 WOL AM, where information is power.
Yes, indeed, everybody. You know what? I just say, Trendy Lindy, welcome back, everybody. If you're just tuning in, this is the C. Allen Morning Show. We come on at 10 in the morning. We get off at 12 noon. It's just on Mondays. Yours truly, who is the owner of the Bennett Career Institute and the Sea Island Salons and Spas. If you missed the first part of last hour, I am taking free consultations on Tuesday. I'll be in the salon all day behind the chair on Tuesday. I would love to see your hair. I would love to know what's going on. I would love to kind of help you out. And let me know. Or listen, I'm not trying to take you from your stylist. If you want, I'm a licensed cosmetology instructor. And my thing is that you need a backup. I'm not trying to take you from your stylist, but you can spend that $120, $80, $90 with them. But then the off week, come to the Sea Island Signature Salon. On Tuesdays, we have 20 Tuesdays that you can receive a shampoo and set or a blow dry and curl for just $20 on Tuesdays. So that's calling out senior citizens, calling everyone, calling children. We can do the set or we can do a blow dry curl. Now, the Sea Island Signature Salon is DC's natural hair care haven. We do a lot of natural hair. We do plaits, we do braids, we do box braids, we do silk pressing, we do it all. And on Tuesday, we have the 20 Tuesdays. Now, this coming Tuesday, which is tomorrow, we also, of course, we give you complimentary beverages. We have, I believe that our dish tomorrow is chocolate chip muffins. We also have 12 lashes for $20 for our makeup people who want to get lashes. And the 120 eyeshadow palette is just $20. So tomorrow's Tuesday, 20 Tuesdays at the Sea Island Signature Salon. So we want you to come out. It's at 705 Florida Avenue Northwest. We're right next to the Gospel Spread and Bookstore. You park right across from, is the parking lot right across from the Howard University Hospital. You can park there and you just walk a short walk around the corner and you'll be at 705 Florida Avenue. The first 5 people who call me, I can do free consultations with you. It's 202-526-1400. extension 19. We have some great listeners who've been in the door. We also do custom wigs. A lot of our clients or a lot of our listeners, Trendy, are senior citizens, and we do custom wigs, and we can do a custom wig for you as well. Those custom wigs, they are $65. It's human hair wig. We will put it on you, cut, style it right there on you, and make it look natural.
65 and up, depending on the length. So we don't want you to, come for a long weave and think it's going to be 65.
Well, most of our seniors, Trendy, they like to have that short sassy wig that look like it's their natural hair, as well as because it's summertime. Trendy, everybody's not like you. They want hair down their butt, and it's going to be 94 degrees outside. I don't understand that. She got to have all this hair flying all over the place.
It's not flying. Well, I can't help. I feel glamorous this way.
With long hair?
Yes, I feel glamorous.
Okay.
It makes me feel good.
But then what I don't
and I think people
Trendy,
should do what makes them feel good.
Okay. Well, I want to know, Trendy, why it's been over 3 years and I still haven't seen your natural hair.
So last week when we talked about weaves, you gave me a pass, but you want to bring it back this week.
Is that
what you're doing?
I don't understand.
Because you gave me a pass last week.
I don't understand, Alonzo.
Because every time we talk about weaves, you talk about trendy. We have been
out the country together. We have traveled everywhere together, and I have yet to see that bald head. I ain't seen that hair
First
at
of all,
all.
my hair is down my back. That's number one.
I would know.
But two, yeah, he did say bald, didn't he?
would
like
know.
Lonzo. My hair bald like Lonzo. But you know better, C. Allen. And you've seen me in a ponytail. You've seen it. Okay, let's move on, sir.
Okay, so today we're talking about why do we treat each other the way
you
we
see
do.
how you treat me? And we're talking about why you treat you. You see. The listeners call in and say, Trendy, I don't know why C. Allen treats you so bad. Even Jason from Hybrid called me and comfort me after being with us for several weeks and say how bad. So you gotta work on that, sir.
All right. So listen, everyone. I want you to call me to set that appointment up for your free consultation, or if you want a 20 Tuesday do, or if you want a custom wig, 202-526-1400 extension 19. Call me now. I'm not there, so leave a message on the voicemail and we'll call you back. Trendy will call you back this afternoon and set up something with me on tomorrow, or I will be there the remainder of the week, but it will be after 5 o'clock. So that's 202-526-1400 extension 19. Let's go to one of our favorite listeners, Tyrone, and then Trendy, I want you to tell us about the business series.
Good morning, Tyrone.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. I hope you all had a blessed and safe weekend.
Yes,
Tyrone, have you been listening the whole time?
You know I have been listening the whole time, and let me tell you, you're absolutely on target. I just want to say this also, C. Allen. I know you're kidding. I know you're joking, but please. You sound very serious when you jump all over Trendy Lindy.
I told you.
Tyrone, you killed me. You called that Trendy Lindy in the office, and y'all be on the phone for an hour.
Oh no, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
Tyrone, you have to understand. Trendy Lindy is at work. You can't be calling Trendy Wendy Cindy Lindy. And y'all be talking about me all in the afternoon.
I don't call her like that.
No, he
doesn't. See, Alan, no, you're wrong there. I don't do that.
Then you know we're in the same office, so I can hear everything.
I know you all are. But listen, what I also want to say is that I won't be able to do it this month, but in October, I want to make an appointment with you.
October? It's not even August. What you talking about, October?
I'm just saying it. I won't not be able to do it in the summer. But I do want a consultation with you, but I won't be able to do it until October. I'll give you a call early October and let you know. Okay? But the other thing I want to get to is everything you said is why we don't treat each other right. Everything you said earlier, the lack of love, the lack of respect, it all is part of why we treat each other like something that goes down the toilet. Yeah. And the solution to it is simply we got to get back into, we got to start having a made up mind and a made up heart to reverse that type of thinking. And until we do, we're going to continue to go down this road, what I could call destruction.
But
And I think you all think
wait a minute, Tyrone. And
Yes.
you know what I think that, well, first of all, we really appreciate all of you that listen to us week after week and call in, because, you know, Tyrone, I have students who don't even get up on Monday morning and tune in and listen to me. This goes back to what I'm talking about, the way we treat each other. They don't even get up and listen to the show because oftentimes we also take each other for granted because I'm their leader and they see me in my meetings with them on Thursday, that they don't even take the initiative. Some of them, not all of them, some of them listen, but some of them don't even get up and listen. How about, Tyrone, we have a $20 Tuesday special. Some people won't even come in because they think they're making me rich. Boo-boo, your $20, this is a community effort. You can't go anywhere besides the Bennett Career Institute, a beauty school, and get a $20 service. We're standing on our feet, and you come in there with your $20 in your hand, and you got stuff flying up out of your head and all of that. Baby, we're doing that as a custom, as a community, a service, because we want to give back to the people. So I just want to thank you, Tyrone, for listening to the Sea Island Morning Show. I just want you to do one thing for me, Tyrone. I want you to get on the phone today, and I want you to try to tell at least 5 people about our 20 Tuesdays. And if they have natural hair, lock hair, I'll lock me up on Thursday. I want everyone in the city. I told Trendy, Tyrone, that I had a dream that on Tuesdays we will have a line outside the door, because there's nowhere else in the city besides a beauty school, but there's nowhere in the city from licensed professional people that's going to touch you for $20 but the Sea Island Signature Salon, because they're listening to their leader.
Well, you know, Sea Island, I greatly appreciate everything you all do, and when I go to church Sunday, I sure will make sure that that I announce this. But the other thing is also, people shouldn't take anything on anybody or anyone for granted, because no day is promised to us. So I do not take this show for granted. I don't take anything for granted. I certainly don't take Father God for granted, even though I know He's perfect, and everything He does and says, His perfect will must be done. But I do not take anything for granted. And you're right. A lot of the students probably do that, and it's unfortunate. But that's part of that negative thinking that we have to modify. And I want you to have a blessed and safe week.
All right. Thank you so much, Tyrone.
Thank you, Tyrone.
All right, everyone, I tell you, today has been very thought-provoking. I think that one of the things that has to happen is, and it's true, we need to go back in history. We need to look at how we were brought over here, the things that were taught to us. We have to look at the Willie Lynch story. We have to look at what people have designed to set us back. You have to look at, but see, the thing that I want the listeners to understand is that in Martin Luther King book, Why Can't We Wait? He says, I'm giving you the paraphrase version, he says that I see what the white man has done. But the question is, what are you doing for yourself? You have to pull yourself up by your own bootstraps and make it happen. A lot of times we can sit here all day and we can talk about the white man and what he's done and what he hasn't done. But the question is, what are we going to do? There are a lot of us that are lazy. There are a lot of us that sit around and wait for a handout. I'm saying it. There are a lot of us that is in a microwave syndrome. We want stuff right then and there. There are a lot of us that do not want to work for anything. There are some of us that will go out and rather steal than to get a job at McDonald's. There are some of us that would not sacrifice anything. There's some of us that take our parents for granted. There's some of you that's listening to the show right now, you sleeping in your mama house in the basement because you don't have the decency or the courage or just even the respect to get up and try. That's part of the problem. The part of the problem is we don't even take the initiative to walk on water. If you want things to happen, you have to make it happen. Stop waiting for the next man. Stop waiting for the word. Start waiting for your pastor to prophesy to you. You know that that you need to get up and get a job. And if that means that you will get a job, first of all, if you can't find a job, go somewhere and volunteer. Work your butt off until they hire you. That's what you do. But don't sit around and just wait. A lot of us, and not the listeners, of course, but a lot of people are pointing their fingers at every place but where they supposed to point. We all know in our own households that we got siblings that got attitude issues and problems and dispositions and stuff that you know it should be a family meeting. We all know that there are things that we need to do. So what I will say is, why do we treat each other that way? Because hurt people hurt people. A lot of us are still hurt. And this is how we show how we're broken and how we're hurt. Do you know that you got to be careful what you say to children? Do you know I can remember some stuff 40 years ago that happened that has molded and shaped me?
Yep.
It's commercial time here. It's the Sea Island Morning Show, 1450 AM WOL. We'll be right back after these messages.
Gotta change it.
News updates on the web at WOLDCnews.com.
Morning, I'm Doug Parrish. Here's the latest from News1.com. Brought to you in part by Marlowe Furniture. Looking for great furniture? Visit us online at marlowefurniture.com. Well, the D.C. Council is set to meet for its final session today before summer recess, but council members are unlikely to act on the mayor's veto of the new budget. We get the latest from James White.
On Friday, D.C. Mayor Vincent Gray issued a veto for the fiscal year 2015 budget and is likely to be returned to the City Council for their last meeting before adjournment today. But council watchers say the council members likely won't delay their summer recess in order to respond. The mayor had wanted them to extend the session by 30 days to work out a compromise. It will take the vote of 5 out of the 13 council members to have the veto sustained. I'm James White in Washington.
A hot and humid weather continues today, and forecasters say there's a strong possibility of more severe weather. About a 70% chance for thunderstorms late this afternoon as temperatures climb into the mid-90s. Dangerous wind gusts could be the biggest threat from these storms. Well, the government is expected to announce in the coming days a list of finalists for a new FBI headquarters. An announcement could come by the end of this week. Well, so far, some of the candidate locations include Poplar Point in Southeast, chunk of land near the Greenbelt Metro Station, and another piece of land in the Springfield area of Fairfax County. Your Washington Nationals getting a much-deserved break. The Nats beat up on the Phillies yesterday and notched a 10-3 win. The Nationals currently sit in first place in the National League East. And for the first time in a long time, the Baltimore Orioles are heading into the All-Star break in first place in the American League East. And the news brought to you in part by Maryland Live Casino, named one of the top 15 casinos by Strictly Slots magazine. I'm Doug Parrish. When you're looking for news for Black America, go to News1.com.
News Talk 1450 WOL AM, where information is power.
Change again, change again.
Welcome back, everyone. This is the Sea Island Morning Show. This is Trendy Lindy in the studio with Sea Island, and we've been talking about why do we mistreat each other. And we've had a fabulous time this morning talking with all of our listeners. We definitely appreciate those who have called in for the first time. We want you to continue to listen to us. We really appreciate interacting with you. I want to take a few moments to share with you something great that's coming up that for any of you who are in business or you're thinking about starting a business, Sea Island and Friends present the business series, Determining Your Future. It will take place on August the 10th from 9 to 5 p.m. at the award-winning Bennett Career Institute. We are so excited because, first of all, that is a very popular series that Sea Island does on a yearly basis. This time, he's incorporated a few other people. We're going to deal with marketing. That is something that's extremely important for any business, because you can have the best product in the whole wide world, but if no one knows about you, then you're not going to make any money. So we want to talk to you about how to market successfully, how to go out and target certain audiences according to selling or according to your product. So we're going to deal with that. We're also going to talk about accounting. Paying your taxes that's very important in business. So we're going to talk to you about, should you pay once a year? Should you pay quarterly? You have, and then choose what's best for you. We're also going to talk about every business to go to you want to have, how much house the scene in Europe. So we're going to talk about that. One of the main things is customer parity. We're via that there, and people hear it. They all so whether to the text door. This seminar, we're going you to come in. We want you to bring you so can help. I am about health. Why am I talking about wellness and health? Because you can have all of the marketing skills. You can have the website. You can have your business cards, and you could have branded yourself to the T. But if you are sick, if you are walking around depressed, if you are walking around and you're not well in your body, then all of that can be for nothing. Because if you're not well, then you can go to the hospital. That's going to take away from your business. You can even die. I mean, some of us, we're sitting around taking care of others and we're neglecting ourselves. Some of us, we have ailments like diabetes, high blood pressure. We're not eating right. We don't exercise. We're going to talk about the importance of taking care of self first, because we are our business, and health is equivalent to wealth. So we're going to deal with that. So as you can hear, I'm excited. I am ready. We are just going to have a great time. It's going to be all day. We're going to have lunch. But I'm telling you, you're going to leave with a wealth of information and knowledge that's going to change your life. So if you are interested in starting a business, or if you're already in business but you need to go to the next level, or if you know someone in business and you just want to help them, you want to be a part of what they're doing, and you don't really know what to do, well, come and glean from us who's been doing it for years. Come gather some of this information and take it back to your friends, your family, your spouse, and watch your business just grow. So if you're interested, the cost is only $49.99 for the general public, and for those who are Bennett Career Institute students, it is $39.99. You can call today at 202-526-1400, extension 18. This business series will be life-changing, guaranteed. See, Alan?
All right, Trendy, thank you so much. I tell you that, Trendy, every time you would think, you know what I'm going to do? We need to get a TV show so that Trendy can do the commercials. Because, baby, that Trendy be sounding like she be selling up a storm. But you know what, though, Trendy? It's really because of your passion for the industry. Yeah. No, it's true. It's because of your passion for the industry. You put your heart and soul into most things that you do. And, and we just really appreciate you for that. What I think, listeners, that we have to keep in mind, that we're here just on Mondays. Mm-hmm. So what we try to do is we try to get everything we can in within the 2-hour period. But we know that to us, this is a ministry. Yeah. During the week, we're at the 700 Monroe Street location, the Bennett Career Institute, where it's a school for cosmetology, barbering, makeup artistry managers, and instructors. And on Tuesdays, I spend the entire day at the Sea Island Signature Salon, Sea Island, which is my salon, where we try to give back to the community. Mm-hmm. And then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, Saturday, I'm at Bennett Career, and I split my time between Bennett Career and at the salons. It is important for you to understand that we must work together. Mm-hmm. The reason why we talk today about why we mistreat each other, if Trendy and I was transparent, you'll be able to see that we have gone through so many things with just our own people, mm-hmm. in our families, in our household, in our businesses. And I think that sometimes enough is enough. We have to bind together in unity. Mm-hmm. You have to have the backs of those who have your back. Yes. You have to work with people who work with you. I have a saying, working together. I have a saying that I work with those who work with me. Yes. And that is how I close most of my letters to all businesses. I like to work with people that's going to work with me. When you come into the Bennett Career Institute, we appreciate you, first of all, We do have parking. There's a parking lot across the street now. We have parking on our lot. And it's so important, and we're right next to the subway station, that you come over and give those students an opportunity. The haircuts are only $5, and that's Tuesday through Saturday. All haircuts are $5. You can't beat a $5 haircut. If you're on a budget, let Bennett Career Institute be the place for you. But the most important thing is, if you know someone that want their lives changed, if you know someone that's creative, if you know someone that's good with their hands, if you know someone that's always been in the beauty industry, or you think that they will make a good barber, have them to call Mr. Carter at the 202-526-1400 extension 17. That is our admissions office. We're looking for talented people for this fall's class. If you know people that haven't made up their mind yet on what they want to do, if you know that they will stick through it to the end, we don't want anyone that will enroll and when the going gets tough, they walk out the door. It is a lot of standing involved. It's a lot of customer service, dealing with clients that may not like or may have issues, but we have to continue to move forward with doing what needs to be done. If you would like to be your own entrepreneur, if you would like to own your business one day, if you would like to set your own hours, the thing, Alonzo, that I love is I love the guy that was incarcerated, who came out and he liked cutting, and but he wanted a hustle, and he enrolled in Bennett Career Institute, and those guys now have their own condominiums, their own townhouses, brand new cars, all of that because they went to Bennett Career, graduate, got their license, and we placed them in great barbershops that's really doing a good job. I look at Mr. Cooper, Maurice Cooper, who is at the Sea Island Signature Salon, and how he cuts every 20, 30 minutes. He has somebody new in his chair. He's cutting all day long with a smile because he knows that was part of his dream, to become someone that you can set your own hours and make as much money as you want to make. If you know someone, trust them with the Bennett Career Institute, a family-owned business. My mother is on site, my brother's on site, my sister's on site, and I'm there to help and motivate you complete the program. It's all about doing not just natural hair, not just black folk hair, but everybody's hair. Having an opportunity to learn how to cut, be a barber, be a hairstylist. Give us an opportunity, and I'm telling you, your life will not be the same. Matter of fact, don't take my word. Go into any barbershop, any salon, and say, is there a Bennett graduate here? Somebody's going to stand up to the plate and tell you that was the best decision that they could have ever done. Now, I do have some haters. I do have some folk that got on my everlasting nerves. I got some folk that dance and tap dance on my last nerve that I could not wait for them to graduate from the program. So if you run across them, you may run across one or two of them too, that say, you know what, don't go to Bennett. You're going to run across them because hurt people. So, but at the end of the day, we're not going to focus on them. We're going to take a commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to have our final segment here. I'm just so happy to be a part of a radio station that has such great history, like 1450 AM WOL. We'll be right back after these messages.
News updates on the web at WOLDCnews.com.
Good morning. WOL Traffic Update is brought to you by McDonald's on the northbound BW Parkway, heading up from the Beltway in a major backup right now. Tree trimming operation blocks the right lane as they head up from the Beltway toward Laurel. If you're heading north on the Parkway, you will encounter that delay on 14th Street northbound after Constitution Avenue. 2 center lanes blocked for the ongoing sinkhole repairs. Now, with the new McDonald's app, you can get exclusive personalized coupon offers like never before. Download the McDonald's app at mcdapp.com to start. Now, your WOL weather forecast brought to you by the Foundation for a Better Life. For today, partly cloudy, then thunderstorms this afternoon, a high near 94. A few clouds overnight down to 74. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, could see An afternoon shower or thunderstorm and a high near 89. Imagine the dark picture if Thomas Edison had given up on the light bulb, but failure didn't discourage Edison. Optimism, pass it on. From the Foundation for a Better Life at Values.com. Steve Hirschhorn for News Talk 1450 WOL, where information is power.
News Talk 1450 WOL AM, where information is power.
All right, everyone, we're back here. Our final segment. You know, I was saying this before we went on break, that I take it as an honor and a privilege. And I know that oftentimes our frequency may not be the best. And I know that a lot of folks say this is the old folks station. And I know that a lot of young people say, W.O. who? But you know what? I just want to say for the record that I appreciate being on 1450 AM WOL. I had an opportunity to be on other stations. But when you look at the history, and when you look at our awesome leader, Kathy Hughes, how for many, many years she was there from 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. You know, I remember driving down 8th Street and seeing the old WOL building, the original building. Yes. You know, and I've seen the story of Petey Green and just watching just the Hughes family and what they were able to do, and now to be the largest American conglomerate out there for radio broadcasting, I think it is absolutely phenomenal. So I tell my haters and people who say, you need to go to a better station where we can hear you. That's why there's the internet, boo-boo. It's WOLDCnews.com or it's CAllenMorningShow.com, and you have an opportunity to connect with the people at WOL. My mother is a huge fan of Kathy Hughes. My mother really admires Kathy Hughes and really and have followed Kathy Hughes, Bernie McCain, all of them for many, many years. And so I'm really grateful for not only our senior citizen population for being loyal to the station, but I'm also grateful for all of the listeners, all the newbies, Kelly, Mr. Goins, those graduates of mine, all the new people that are listening, all the younger people that are finding out. Because let me tell you something, Alonzo, this is the great thing about what I like about radio. A friend of mine, Kelvin, is one who listens faithfully because he loved my show. Now he knows all the radio personalities because he doesn't turn the channel. So he tuned in for me, but he listens to Al Sharpton. He listens to the other people. And then he called me later and tell me how good this show was and how good that show was. Because of me, he's listening to the radio station. So I'm just grateful. To me, it's a part of legacy. You know, I don't know how long we're going to continue to do this. I know that we've been doing this for a little over three or so years now. We started at the old station on Lanham Road in Lanham, Maryland, Princess Garden Parkway, and all of that. With Epiphany, remember Epiphany and MD, and you know, and then you know we had Andre here. So
and we had 7,
and I had 7, and we love 7. And 7 will come down every weekend from New York City to be sitting here with me on the C. Allen Morning Show. We started for 30 minutes, then we went to an hour, and then we're at 2 hours. So I say to the wonderful people like Karen Jackson, our program manager here, to people like Alonzo, our tech, to Count, to Stan, everybody, I'm just grateful that we have decided to take time out of our busy schedule, because you know we're running salons, we're running a beauty school, but we look at this not just as a marketing tool, but this gets us closer to the people, because it's about ministry, helping other people.
That's right.
So when I get on the air and I talk about 20 Tuesdays or Lock Me Up Thursdays for the $50 lock maintenance and all of that, yeah, I'm in business to make money, true, but most of the time we just like to meet. Most of the people that come in are senior citizens who are on a budget. You know, our job is just to be a blessing. Sometimes they just need somebody to talk to. I had an 87-year-old woman who called me for a week. She had me on the phone for 45 minutes. She probably listened to me now. I can't think of her name because I said I was going to get her real good on the air. But I'd be scaring them, Alonzo. I'd be telling them, I said, okay, wait till Monday. I'm going to call you. I'm going to get you real good. And then by the time Monday comes, I completely forget.
He forgets. He threatens me all the time. And I say, sir, you'll forget by Monday. But go ahead.
Oh yeah, because I got to get that one. And you're right, I do not forget. Because let me tell you something, Alonzo. I told Trendy this morning to meet me at 8:45 in the parking lot so we can get here. Trendy came at 9:15, 30 minutes late. I don't understand. But I'm going to stop in the name of Jesus. And they're going to ask me, did you make my crab cake? Man, you're 30 minutes late. I could have made it during that 30 minutes it took you to get there. But anyway, I also just wanted to say, well, one, that I'm grateful. On this past Friday, first, condolences to my mother. We lost my grandfather. My grandfather died on Friday. He was 107 years old, out of Columbia, North Carolina. Henry Bryan, 107 years old. So my mother lost her dad. I lost a granddad, and the funeral is this weekend. So we was planning a nice to the neighbors community event Saturday, but I will not be able to do that. We're gonna have to push that off a week, because I'm going to have to go to North Carolina to my grandfather's funeral. But we definitely send out prayers to my mother, Joyce Bennett.
Yes.
Prayers to her for the loss of her father. Also, on Friday, we celebrated my uncle, Ludi Bennett, who works at the Ford Company. We celebrated his 80th birthday and over 50 years with Ford. He started with Ford in 1974. So we are really excited that we just celebrated. They had a big to-do. The actual owner, Mr. Lindsay from Lindsay Ford, came out and gave my uncle a check. They had food for us, and they talked about how wonderful. They said, Alonzo, that he's the guy that take people and pick people up from the subway and take people to their cars and all of that. And they said that he did over 26,851 runs over the last 50 plus years of him working at the Ford Company. So to me, it goes back to just dedication. Because a lot of us were saying to ourselves, we can even imagine being in the same place for 50 years, at the same place, doing the same thing for 50 years. But we give a shout out to my uncle Ludi. We think that that's awesome to have that. And the thing about it, Trendy, was, how we live our lives and what will people say about us, especially while we're living, when we can hear it. And my uncle was so excited he couldn't stay still. There were at least 100 employees that was there congratulating him. He had so many cakes, a lot of food, everything. But it was just wonderful. And I just say to all of my people that are listening to me that's retired, the thing is that we're so glad that you did your service, you did your work. But we have to remember that the work isn't over. We have to remember that we still have to be able to hold that light up. And how can we give back to other people? Who are your beneficiaries? What are you going to do with the time that you have left? How are you going to impact someone? The reason why I love going into Signature on Tuesdays, I like talking to the old folk. Why? Because they got so much wisdom. And I like the conversations. It's a wonderful privilege. Some people take it for granted, but I like sitting down talking to our seniors, because they can shed so much light not only on the city but just life in general. And we should be a people that's ever growing, ever learning, always want to learn and grow. So I say to you in closing that I think that it is important for you to visit me, C. Allen, at either come to the Bennett Career Institute, get your hair done, bring in your niece, your nephew, your son, and your daughter, or even yourself. We take people. We are not prejudiced. Boo, you're 70 years old. If you think you can stand all day and you want to deal with people, you need to come to the Bennett Career Institute. Because trust me, we're going to hold it down for you. So I think that's important. But in closing, let me just give out the numbers again. For those of you who want tomorrow is 20 Tuesdays, where you can get a shampoo and set or a blow dry and curl. Any basic service is just $20. Also, we got the 12 lashes for $20 and 120 palette for $20. We have makeup baskets where everything is $2 at the Sea Island Signature Salon, which is 705 Florida Avenue Northwest. That's Washington, D.C. 20001. We do have a master barber on site. We are working on a manicure so we can start doing manis and pedis at the Sea Island Signature Salon. So I want you to come out and see yours truly. I will be behind the chair. 202-526-1400, extension 19. If you want a free consultation with me, I'll be able to see you on tomorrow, 202-526-1400, extension 19. I think that's crucial that you do that. If you're interested in taking the makeup classes with Danessa Myrick's, Trendy Lindy is going to be in her office. You need to call her on the same number, the 202-526-1400 number, and her extension is 18, I'm
yes.
sorry. Also, our website is Bennett, BENNETT, Korea Institute .org. You can go to the Sea Island Morning Show, CALAN morningshow.com, and you can click on that like us on that Facebook button. Right now, we're close to 6,000 people that liked us on that particular site. You can go to Facebook, CHET Beauty King Bennett. We have 4,997 people on that site. And Twitter, which is the THE Allen Morning. So we want you to remember you have ways that you can reach me, get in touch with me. Our number again is 202-526-1400, extension 19. If you would like to see me, set up a 20 Tuesday appointment, or just come in for a free consultation. Our time is up, Trendy.
Wow.
So what do we do now?
Now we close with Pamper Yourself. It's your duty. Why?
Because you are worth it.
Yes, you are.
Have a good week, everyone.
1450 WOL.
Politicians, well, stop lying. Stop lying.
Hey, folks, this is Roland Martin for News One Now. Today, a great conversation. We talked about LeBron James going back to Cleveland, his Cleveland Cavaliers. Said it was about family and raising his family there. And so we discussed the idea of you going home. What is it about home that always brings us back? So a great conversation with that. Also, folks, we heard from Michael Fletcher, Janae Ingram, and Malik Husser about violence in Chicago and other places, the solutions that we can come up with to deal with the violence. Also, tech guru from the Today Show, Mario Armstrong, talked about his boot camp Never Settle Club. You can go to the Facebook page or to the website neversettleclub.com. And Jonathan Mason, president of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, talked about their 100th celebration. Folks, when you miss News One Now, you miss a whole lot. Tune in on Tuesday. We're going to have part one of my interview with R&B group Jagged Edge right here on News One Now with Roland Martin.
In a moment, cancer changed our lives forever.
We were told nothing could be done to enjoy these final moments together.
But in that moment, when all seemed lost,
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital gave us hope.
Because at this moment, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital is saving lives with pioneering research and care. We're changing the way the world treats childhood cancer by sharing our discoveries with doctors and scientists everywhere.
And we'll never have to pay St. Jude for anything, ever.
At this moment, she wants to be in her own bed.
I want to be back at school with my friends.
I want to be outside playing.
Please take a moment and join St. Jude in finding cures and saving children. Visit stjude.org.
With the station.
1450 WOL, Washington, D.C. and WPRS.
Disclaimers at cnctaxprogram.com. If the IRS claims you owe back taxes, you could qualify for a special tax program, and you won't make any payments to the IRS. That's right, I said if you qualify for the CNC tax program, you won't make any payments to the IRS while in this program. Get ready to write down the most important number you may ever need to finally end your IRS nightmare. This toll-free number should only be used if you can't afford to pay any money to the IRS. Call 800-321-0924 now to see if you qualify for the CNC tax program. Once you're accepted, the IRS must stop all collection activities against you. No more threatening phone calls, no wage garnishments or bank levies, and no more monthly payments to the IRS. Just call 800-321-0924 now to find out if you qualify for the CNC tax program. You won't make any payments to the IRS while in this program. Call 800-321-0924 now. That's 800-321-0924. 800-321-0924. Again, 800-321-0924.
That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks gather surplus food to give hope to hungry kids and their families. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
A message from Feeding America and the Ad Council.
The views and opinions of the following show do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of News Talk 1450 WOL, Radio 1 Incorporated, or their management.
It's Monday and it's high noon. Extreme Health Radio is here right now. We're going to talk fitness. We're going to talk nutrition. We're going to talk the head game. Now drop and give me 20. 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 6. And welcome back. It's Monday. It's high noon. You know what that means, folks. The Extreme Health Radio Show is back. Kelly Campbell, I'm pumped. I'm excited. We had an incredible weekend, didn't we?
We did. I'm ready to rock, Fred.
Oh, gosh. Listen, Washington, D.C. metro area, while you are listening to the Extreme Health Radio Show right now on News Talk 1450 WOL AM, right now, what I want you to do, and I say this every week, but I mean it now more than ever before, call a friend. If you don't have a friend, call two. Don't have two friends, find an enemy, make an enemy if you have to. But absolutely have them come to News Talk 1450 WOL AM on their radio dial, or heck, on the web, WOLDCnews.com, because you want to hear this show today. The Extreme Health Radio Show is brought to you by the Fred Foster Fitness Company and Extreme Health Seminars, offering personal and group fitness training